Aside
Lord
evil,
resurrecting
there is
soon.
justice.
Your team destroyed a legendary. Enemy killing spree.
Nothing can stop us.
Shut down. Double kill. Request backup. Triple kill.
Hi guys! In today's video, we are going to talk about the things that can help you win more games. I will give you 5 secrets to rank up faster. But before we start, I would appreciate it if you will hit that subscribe button. Okay? Let's go! Number 1. Pick the right hero. There are 3 things I want you to check before picking a hero. First is, what are the roles of my teammates? I would suggest to always show the hero you want to use, but also consider that there might be players better than you in that role. If that is the case, you should at least have 1 to 2 heroes on each role to adjust. Remember, adjusting your role and winning is better than picking the hero you want but lose. The next thing you wanted to check is the heroes of your opponent. You wanted to counter pick their hero, so you should know how to counter their heroes. If you don't know how to counter each hero, I would suggest you to start with the meta heroes. You can watch some videos of each heroes or meta heroes and check how to counter them. The third thing is checking the lanes of your teammates. Some heroes are good in mid but bad in top or jungle, or vice versa. You should check if your teammates already occupy each lane. You don't want to have a good hero in a bad lane.
Karina.
There are heroes who need to be solo or who needs to have a support or tank to have a good lane. These are the things that you need to know when picking a hero. Next on our list, prioritize objectives. Let's discuss the objectives of the game. In order to win, you must destroy the enemy base. But in order to do that, you must be stronger than your enemies. So let's check the objectives one by one. First will be the jungle buff. There are jungle buffs that you should always take. First will be the red and the blue buff. They are indicated by purple dot in the minimap, and they respawn every 2 minutes after they die. They give you ability buff depending on your hero class. You can just search for the buff on each role, but these buffs are better taken before going in a fight for your advantage. Also, taking the enemy buff is good to deny them their buff. Remember that there are certain heroes that needs this buff, so not everyone should take it. The second buff is the gold buff, indicated by yellow dot on the minimap, and responds every minute. Taking this buff will give you 10 gold every 3 seconds, lasting 30 seconds, meaning it will give you 100 gold every time you kill it. So taking this buff multiple times will give you a gold advantage against your enemies. This buff is helpful when you are behind in gold, but also when you are at an advantage so that your enemies won't be able to reach your gold advantage. The next objective is the turtle and lord, indicated by a pink paw on the minimap, and respawn time is displayed on the minimap 2 minutes before it respawns. It will reward all your teammates with gold and experience. You can take the turtle 3 times if you kill it early in the game. Killing the turtle buff will give you a huge gold and experience advantage over your enemies. I would suggest you to take it as soon as you can when your enemies can contest you or after killing your enemies. Next is Lord. similar to the turtle, but once you killed it, it will fight alongside with you. Taking it with the team is better than taking it alone, but in long game there are heroes who can kill it alone. Same with the turtle, kill it whenever possible. There are also jungle monsters who only gives golden HP. They are indicated with green dots. I suggest taking it after clearing a wave creep or if the creep wave is far from your lane to have more experience and gold. Remember that this jungle monster will give you advantage in game and priorities. Taking them as early as possible is better, and some buffs are lost when you die, so don't die for it. Unless it's a turtle or a lord buff, you can sacrifice yourself. The third objective is pushing turret. Many players are so much focused on killing the enemies than getting back after they get the kill. So I would suggest to focus on pushing turrets after killing the enemies or when the enemies are on the other lane. Focusing so much on farming and killing your enemies can make you lose a game. Remember that pushing turret will also give your team a gold advantage and map control. So push turret whenever possible. Number 3. Always check your minimap. What are the things that you need to know when you are looking at your minimap? First, you must know where your enemies are. Knowing your enemies will help your decision making, especially when taking objectives. When you see your enemies on the bottom lane, instead of farming jungle, you can push top turret or take their jungle buffs. You can also back your team up faster when you constantly look at your minimap. The second thing you wanted to check on your minimap is to prevent ganks. If there are no enemies on your minimap, you can just play safer or farm jungle. The third thing you need to know is where your enemies will go. Remember that they will also prioritize objectives. So always think of the next objective that they will take. Are they going to push? Are they going to gank? Or are they going to take the turtle? The fourth is pressuring lanes. If you are looking at your minimap, you will know which lanes to push or defend. You must also pressure other lanes in order to control your map. Number 4. Know what items to buy. Some players are just following the guide that they saw on pro players. They don't base their items on who their enemies are. What you should do is to counter your enemies with items. Every hero has a counter item. It might be offensive items or defensive items. There are also times where you need to change your items depending on the situation. Example, if you are snowballing a game, you should buy more offensive items. And if you are always dying, you would want to have defensive items first. And lastly, you have to adjust your items depending on your lineup. If your team already have too much damage, you can build a little defensive or vice versa. But always remember, items will help you win more games if you build them correctly. I will be making videos about these items, so please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And the last tip is proper positioning. Depending on your role, you must know how to position yourself. If you are a marksman, you should always stay behind your teammate. If you are a tank, you should be in front. Next thing would be knowing who to target first. If you know how to position yourself, you will be able to target the enemies you wanted to kill first. Especially if you are an assassin, you would want to target the damage dealers first.
Turtle resurrecting soon.
You can also come from behind instead of going straight. And lastly, you must know when to attack or get back. There are times where you must wait for the enemies to use their skills before going in, even if it might get your teammates die. But if you are able to compensate by killing all of them, it's okay. There are also cases when you need to go first or bait the enemies first for your team to win the clash. Just remember, having an impact on the game is the key to win more games. That's it. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to comment below. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Always remember, if you want to improve, just master the basics. Thanks guys.
Aside evil, there is justice. Nothing can stop us. There are
Initiate
wonderful
retreat!
things in this world worthy of our protection.
Shut down! An enemy has been slain! Your team destroyed a turret!
Nothing can stop us.
Initiate retreat!
There are wonderful things in this world worthy of our protection.
Launch attack!
Aside
Lord
evil,
resurrecting
there is
soon.
justice.
Your team destroyed a legendary! Enemy killing spree!
Nothing can stop us.
Shut down! Double kill! Request backup! Triple kill! Shut down! Request backup!
There are wonderful things in this world worthy of our protection.
Shut down! You have slain an enemy!
Aside
An enemy has been slain!
Nothing can stop us.
Request backup!
Aside evil, there is justice. Nothing can stop us.
An ally has slain Lord!
Aside evil, there is justice.
Request backup!